21 after 9, James Vyver with you on the show. 23 in town, roads all clear. Hang on a minute, not another outage. Westpac says its mobile and online banking services have now been restored and are running as usual, and I'm wagging my fingers in the air, after an overnight outage caused by a routine technology update. Feels a bit like deja vu all over again, doesn't it, Optus? It's been almost a month since the massive Optus kerfuffle, when a routine software upgrade triggered the failure of the entire network in a 12-hour outage, affecting, our ability to look at Instagram and also important things like emergency phone lines. Westpac has taken to social media platform X to apologise to customers and thank them for their patience. The company also acknowledged it had taken too long to resolve the problem. Alex Zaharov-Reutt is the editor of Tech Advice. Alex, not again.
Yes, well, there's a famous saying that says to err is human, but to really stuff up takes the computer, and pretty soon, presumably one that's AI powered as well.
Yes, maybe they'd get it right.
Well, you'd hope so, yeah.
You'd hope so. I'm just enjoying the time before AI takes over my job, Alex. But what do we know about exactly what happened with this Westpac outage? I mean, probably we were talking about this in the office. I mean, if we hadn't had these other outages, we might not be chatting today. But it seems like we're a bit sensitive to them now. So, how much do we know about what happened?
Well, look, all they're admitting to so far is that it was some sort of software update that went wrong. I mean, of course, immediately people wonder whether they've been hacked. I mean, I just got a report just a few minutes ago about US credit unions being taken down offline, 60 of them by a ransomware attack. And, of course, that is much more difficult to solve because normally that locks the computers up and you can't just update a route or reply the update. You've got to then undo the damage that was done. And, in fact, Channel 9 had a big ransomware attack a year or two ago, and they were unable to, properly broadcast. I mean, that's how, bad those particular things are. But this does illustrate the issue that, we are so reliant upon digital systems. I mean, the cashless society that the government and the Reserve Bank and others want to introduce, and the banks taking away the ability to, easily withdraw cash and asking you all these questions as to why you want to take cash out. Well, I mean, if we go completely digital and then there's an outage, we are stuffed. People couldn't pay for things yesterday. They couldn't pay for things on their credit cards. They couldn't pay their mortgages or transfer money out of accounts. I mean, it was something that started at about 9 p.m. last night and it was resolved sort of more or less a few hours before 9 o'clock this morning. It was almost a 12-hour outage as well for Westpac, and every other telco and bank and big company needs to be urgently looking at their systems to see how they can avoid the same thing happening, but also how they can quickly restore their systems. The big tech companies obviously don't have an easy way for a bank or for any organization to roll back whatever just took place. And then even if you could roll back even 5 or 10 minutes before the outage took place, what if there were millions of transactions that went through in the banking system? If you roll back, how do you keep note of all those transactions that took place? So it's not so simple. And yes, hopefully AI can actually make the application of updates a much more reliable process.
Well, we talked about this last week. Alex Zaharov-Reutt is the editor of techadvice.life. We were chatting to him about this Westpac outage. We were chatting last week about when Optus simply said, it was a routine software update. Sorry, guys. We were talking about how on earth do these big companies, particularly Westpac, that's reporting billions of dollars worth of profit, how does updating the software, hasn't someone, don't they have people for this, Alex? Haven't they done a practice run?
Absolutely, yeah. Look, but this is also where cybersecurity professionals are under great stress. There's actually an organisation called CyberMinds with a Z.org, and they actually look after the mental health and wellness of cybersecurity professionals, because these people, for the most of the time, they're heroes. They keep things safe, they keep everything protected, but then when something goes wrong, like happened with Optus and like happened with Westpac, then they can be called out by government ministers, by every media organisation, and it can be very stressful. Some people leave the industry, take all that knowledge with them. But yes, look, these people definitely are being paid a lot of money to secure the networks, and you'd think that some sort of testing should take place. I guess sometimes people just assume, the update's going to work, and it's not until it all goes pear-shaped that people then have to step back and say, right, well, we really do need to test this thoroughly. We've got to test it in an area that is not going to take out the entire network. Test it in a way that if something goes wrong, we can quickly roll it back, and test it in a way that doesn't wipe out millions of transactions should something go wrong. The companies that supply the banking software, and some of these banking core systems are decades old, but they have been upgraded over the years to become a lot more modern and resilient. I mean, they did fix it within 12 hours, which I guess is a good sign, but the fact that they couldn't fix it within minutes, that AI couldn't sort of undo everything and fix it in seconds and nobody would be the wiser that there was an outage at all, just goes to show that for all our advanced technology, we're still just a stone's throw away from the
1990s. Oh, mind you, that was a good time. I didn't mind the 90s, but still, I quite like my internet. Alex, thank you.
Wonderful, James. Thanks for taking the time to speak with me.
See you later, Alex Zaharov-Reutz. There you go. Just one Control-Alt-Delete away from the 90s.